organizes a summer school every year. This is the third and last summer school of this grant. This one is on engagement. So TESIS, the project is to build a science of embodied intersubjectivity, which is understanding how we understand people or the world.
Here we invited people working on conversation analysis, people working with animals, big apes, people working with autism, children with autism, people working with newborns and infants. And basically the idea is to support and actually promote the debate about what do we mean for intersubjectivity and what is engagement? What do we mean for it?
So it's looking at intersubjectivity from different aspects, and what I especially am impressed with by this summer school is its participatory nature. So although we're all academic and it's very scientific and we're striving for an established and robust science of intersubjectivity, it's very participatory, and it doesn't forget that participating in non-verbal ways and in other embodied ways is the foundation of intersubjectivity, which is a knowledge that can't always be described so eloquently or so beautifully or be captured by scientific investigation or even language.
We decided to have a summer school first and not just a simple conference, which means summer school is a place in which people come to learn, of course, but also to kind of experiment things. And this is precisely the aim of the conference.
Rather than just talk about it, we're doing engagement. So we're doing engagement in running joint cooking, we're doing engagement in running drumming and music sessions, when we're doing engagement in doing acting. And the argument very much is you can't understand something without understanding the doing of it.
So we did the drama workshop this afternoon, for example, that just reminds us in a very immediate and direct way that our knowledge and understanding, especially of social others, is structured by the way that we relate to them in a physical sense, and that kind of understanding is not necessarily so easily conveyed just through words.
So engagement, okay, it means very, very different things to different people. I think it is very much to do with this kind of making a genuine connection, which lasts perhaps a few moments in different things. So you can make a genuine connection with the sunset, make a genuine connection with a person who laughs at a joke that you've made, and suddenly something has changed in the relationship. Or you find an object that's really, really interesting and you start to uncover bits of it, and then it changes how you then interact with it.
What I like about it is that they're trying to bring different perspectives and say, well, this is what a cognitive scientist thinks, and this is what a philosopher thinks, and this is what... So I think it's great to try and say something to people and they're looking at you like, what? Or they're falling asleep, whatever it might be, but at least you can see it's a much better audience than people who kind of agree with you and they know your point of view and that's it, because that's can be slightly boring.
Well, it's also different disciplines. There are neuropsychologists and there are anthropologists, I think, and there are people from a lot of disciplines. And although we're talking about the same thing, we have different ways of talking about it. So it's a learning experience because it opens me up to understanding the world through the senses in ways that I haven't actually noticed before. So it's expanded. I think what struck me as being one of the speakers is that the grad students and so forth, they've all just immediately seemed to have connected, and there's such a camaraderie. I just think it's wonderful that they're on the same page.
I came here for more creative and open space. So I think at work we're always engaged, and there's a long list of things to do, grants to write and papers to finish and lectures to arrange, and all the paperwork that goes along with the monotony of everyday life. But very few opportunities to really open up and to think and to explore new ways of thinking. And that's something I think this workshop is striving to do.
I think the thing that I would have hoped for most from this summer school is that something to do with engaging with people and with these activities like the drumming, etc., would take people out of their normal comfort zone of academic discourse, talking about this, that and the other in a kind of an academic voice, and forcing them to bring these kinds of emotional involvements with activities into academia. So I really hope that this has done something to knock people off their comfortable seats into thinking about engagement is something we don't understand. I think if we even acknowledge that we don't understand it, we haven't even begun to kind of theorize about it, that's enough.